Howdy do, buckaroos. Welcome back to the channel. So, my favorite videos to make are ones on Fridays. And you know why? Because it's race day. So, got the truck here on the lift. And it's only on the lift. There's no issues with it. But, we are sans trailer today. So, the plan is, I'm going to swap the old Stalkers, the PYO aluminum wheels off my Duramax onto the Racetruck. We're driving it to the track, swapping the Hoosiers back on in the pits, make some passes, swap the street tires back on, and drive it back home. Hopefully that's exactly how it works. But we're going to get the street tires swapped on here, and this will be the longest the furthest single drive I've taken it on since the old setup, so pretty excited. I think it's going to do great. I'm probably going to go rob the 4-inch inlet air filter off my Duramax as well, because as you guys know, it's broke down in the corner. I'm going to slap it on the end. I'm going to take the velocity stack off. I'm going to take that off and just stick the air filter on the end so nothing, as we're driving down the highway, gets sucked up into the turbo. Get the street tire swapped on. We're going to run it to the gas station, fill it up, double check all the fluids and everything, and we're going to drive this thing to the track. And I'm going to have the GoPro inside the truck on the roll bar as I'm driving there. It's only about a 10-15 minute drive, maybe, depending on traffic, but it'd be cool just to see the lack of smoke and just how it does driving down the highway, how clean it really is, and it should be awesome. So let's get to swapping these street tires on, and we will run it to the corner store here and get some fuel put in it. Alright guys, so got the street meats on it. I always love the look of these PYO wheels. If I would have found a good enough deal on some 281016s, I would have ran these wheels, but I found the screaming deal on the 17s, and that's what we're running. But got these on. And one thing I wanted to take care of while it's on the lift, God, this pointing backwards thing's kind of a pain. But we're going to adjust the traction bars, because I've not done that since I put them on. And I picked it up and they're actually loose. So we're going to adjust those, tighten those up a little bit, and hopefully that might help the 60-foot a little bit. I mean, it's definitely not helping them being loose. So we're going to adjust those, tighten everything up, and then we're going to run it to the corner store, get some fuel, and get some special sauce for the water meth, and bring her back, try and clean it up a little bit, and get that air filter swapped on. And then we are going to run to the house, grab the ladies, and they're going to actually follow me up, and we're going to head to the track, guys. Alright guys, so we're back here at the traction bars, and what I did is I just made myself a little paint line. I ain't worried because they're not very pretty. So, a little paint line. And as you can see, when you adjust, one way lengthens and that way shortens. And what you want to do is you want to lengthen them, because as you launch your axle, the pinion naturally wants to go up. Like this here wants to twist up. So what you want to do is lengthen your bar to push down on the axle and push against the forces. So in all reality, you'll be pushing your pinion down just a hair if you get too wild with it. But I'm probably only going to do one full turn on each side just to keep tension against it. So let me make sure I turn it the right way. So towards me, just tightening it. So I can do a one-handed pipe wrench. Again, like I said, these aren't fancy traction bars with nuts welded on them. These are actually my boss's old traction bars off the silver Dodge that I cut off one night before I could go to Diesel's on the Mountain in Denver. So I ain't scared to throw a pipe wrench on them. So as you can see, got the mark right there. And there you are, one full turn. Nice and tight. check this side. This one, it's away from me. So this one I'm going to be... Oh, lost my paint line. I actually don't think I did put a paint line on this side. Got the paint marker here and paint on my finger. Just put a basic... Well, I am not a lefty. Close enough. So, paint line. There we are. There's our paint line again. So one turn on each side. Should be nice and tight. Should be good to go. So now we're gonna get her on the ground, go get some fuel.
Alright guys, let's head to the gas station.
Alright guys, so as you can see, got the GoPro footage, driving to the gas station. A little bit heavy throttle, but still hardly any smoke for what the truck is and how big the turbo is. And Just got it back here. Just giving her a good once over real quick. Filled the tank up with the special juice. Gonna put some fuel treatment in. And after that, I think we're about ready. Gonna load the slicks and the jack up and a couple tools into the half ton and have the ladies follow me up. And I think my mom's gonna lead the convoy because this thing actually doesn't have a working speedometer, which I guess I could use my phone. But either way, I'm gonna be in the middle of the convoy and we're gonna head this thing to the track. So this next part of the video might be us driving to the track, which it's gonna be awesome. Stay tuned. Alright guys, I almost forgot a really important part, because as I said, we're street driving this thing and the velocity stack was very well could have sucked up a hawk or something. So we got the air filter on it. Bam. I went and stole the air filter off the Duramax, stuck a little piece of 4-inch pipe in the boot there so I could put the air filter on. Ready for the street truck here. Alright, now back to our regularly scheduled programming of getting to the track.
red light here.
Alright guys, so we're here at the track. It's a little bit later. This place is packed because it's the last one of the year. But we finally got it teched in. Got the slicks swapped back on. Got the air pressure check, got teched in. And we're ready to make a pass. We're going to get in line. I bet it's a half-hour wait to get in for a pass. But I think I'm going to get in the outlaw lanes because I have a slick tire. And that's where all the slick tire guys are running. So hopefully it should be quick. Just pull up there and run them. And we're going to make our first pass of the night and see how she does. Water meth is going to be on. Going to have the water to air with ice in it. We should be ready to go. Alright guys, hopefully you can hear me, but made our first pass. Went 13.8 at 96. Our 60 foot is better at a 176. I launched it a little bit harder than usual. 8.4 to the 8th, which I tried to go higher in the RPM and I think it almost hurt me. So we're going to try shifting a little bit earlier this next pass. And then, like I said, 13 3/8, which is right on par of where we've been, but we want more. So I'm gonna cool her down, we're gonna get back in line, and we're gonna go make another one. Alright guys, so we're here in the staging lanes for our second pass, and we're in a track cleanup. S10 broke at the launch, so we're just waiting on that. We're next in line as soon as they get the track cleaned up, and we will make a second pass on this thing. Hopefully they hurry up because it's hot in here. Alright guys, so second pass we went 13.6 at 96. Had actually a little bit slower 60 foot, but we picked up 200s out the back. So I shifted a little earlier on this pass and it a little bit faster out the back. It was actually a little bit faster everywhere except the 60 foot. A 179 to the 176. But it was about a couple hundreds faster everywhere else. So we're gonna cool her down, go up for round 3. Alright, so pass number 3, shed another few hundredths off, went 13.31 at 1.78 60 foot. Looking pretty similar all in here, but we're still shedding time off and went 97 that pass. So let's go up for number 4, see if we can shave some more. So we're currently on our way back from the track. We made 5 passes. We're driving her home. Can't be any more pleased than that. I didn't get to fill you guys in on the last 2 time slips, but I'm going to do that here back at the shop. Like usual, there's a bunch of music playing at the track, so I wasn't able to record it without being worried about Alright guys, so we're here back at the shop. Kind of the same story as the last racing video. They like to play local radio stations real loud, and I try not to record during that due to can get flagged for copyright for the music and things like that. And it's easier to come back to the shop here and explain it now. So I ended up making 5 passes in total. I've kept you guys up to par with 3 of them so far. I have slips 4 and 5 right here on the hood. I did a little experimenting on pass number 5 just to do some testing, and I'm gonna talk you guys through that right now. Alright, let me grab my flashlight. So this is pass number 5. Let's go like this. So this was, oh, that's upside down. Guess I could have been a little more prepared, but so this is pass number 4 of the night. I'm on the right side here. So when a 7.75 60 foot, my best of the night being a 1.76. The best the truck's ever done is a 1.72. 535 to the 330, 8.3 to the 8th, which is actually the best 8th of the night. And then it went 13.34, which the best one of the night ended up being a 13.31. And at 96, and my best mile an hour was a 97. So that was pass number 4. And pass number 5, I actually turned the water methanol off to see if it made a difference. And it was kind of a friendly grudge race with a friend of mine who owns a 6-liter, and he ended up red lighting, and I still caught him at the finish line and whooped him. See, finish margin 008, so I passed him right at the finish line. Got him good. Even with that real bad red light, I still cut a pretty good tree, and I just had him the whole way. So like I said, I turned the water methanol off, and it slowed down everywhere. Slowest 60 foot in the night at 183, the slowest 330, the slowest 8th, slowest 1,000 foot, and the slowest quarter at a 1348. So that does show me the water methanol is working. I do want to try messing with jetting. Maybe turn it up a little bit and turn it down a little bit from where it's at now, and see if I'm not enough or too much or just right. So we might order up a few jets and play with the water meth to see if we can surpass the 13.3s we're at or more. But all in all, 5 passes, and as you'll see in the GoPro video, it drove itself home, which was the whole goal of the night. Ended up I drove it there, swapped tires, made 5 pretty hard passes on it, and swapped tires back, drove it home, which I'm super excited about. It's still a street truck, still drove perfect, as you guys will see in the video. I can make it not smoke a lick. Of course, if I'm lugging on it and floor it, it's gonna smoke. That's just nature of the beast with the big single turbo and things like that. But super proud of it, super excited. A lot of things to change now. Of course, that was the last Friday night street legal race of the year. The track's going to be closed after tomorrow. They're having a big NHRA race up there, so after tomorrow, the track's closed for the year till last weekend of April, 1st of May is usually when they open it up for a test and tune. So got a lot of time to either be playing around on the streets with like a draggy type device, or maybe try and hit a dyno. If not, it's time to start buckling down. I have a few big things I want to change for next year. First of all, being a built transmission. It is still stock transmission, sans half of a Transgo shift kit. I didn't even put all the shift kit in. It's only got half of it. It's the original tranny, original clutches, everything. And that tranny's been hot. It's been beat on, ragged on, and it just keeps giving. But I almost wonder if I have found the limits of that stock tranny and the converter that's in it. So I think numero uno, public enemy number 1 this winter, is to put a built transmission in it. I would like to do a gear change. Last year on the old setup, I was running a 3-7-3 gear ratio, and with these new 14 bolt and 9 1/4 front diffs I put in, they have a 410 gear, and I think the gear is too steep and it's not letting it stay in its power band long enough. It's just running through the gears too fast. It doesn't start freight training hard until you get into third gear and it lets it get into that power band. So I really want to go back to a 373 gear, which at that point I do have a Revolution gear and axle spool for it, which I've been holding off on the spool because I kind of had a feeling I was going to want to go back to 373 gears. So we'll get the gears swapped over and put a spool in it, get the trans, going to try and shed a little more weight off of it. I think we're going to get rid of all the glass, go Lexan, try and trim the doors up more, maybe even buckle down for some fiberglass if the budget allows, and just kind of refine it. And I'm going to get with the boys at Classic Diesel Designs and see what we can do about turning this thing up. I'm super excited of how it runs, but I think we're ready for more, especially once we get that transmission and those gears swapped over, get it a little lighter. I think she's ready for more. I think the transmission is a big limiting factor at this point. I think we're just blowing through it, and I'm not trying to go any slower, so we're not being any easier on it. So I definitely think we need to get a transmission built for this thing. But all in all, super excited how the night went. I'm gonna have a lot of video from a lot of different people. I was only able to GoPro the first 3 passes before the GoPro died because it sucked up the battery videoing driving up there and everything like that, and I used the last little bit of battery on the video home because I was able to charge it when I was doing passes 4 and 5. But so I'll have in-cab footage of 1 through 3, and I have a lot of friends and family that were taking videos, so I'll try and splice all that in between the passes and try and label it good and keep you guys on track with that so you can see how everything went and how it looked. But stay tuned. It's definitely not going to slow down. We are going to keep moving on this thing, keep doing upgrades, tinkering with it, finding any little bit of power where we can, lose some weight where we can, and we're only going faster from here. So thanks for watching, guys. Please stay tuned for more. Thanks for subscribing. Like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. Let me know what you guys think about how the truck did this year at the track so far. Well, I guess at the track this year in general, because the track season's over around where I'm at. And thanks for watching, guys.